Jack and Janet Smurl bought a house in Pittston, Pennsylvania. They wanted a quiet life, a safe place for their children. But within weeks, the house began to smell like rotting meat. The walls began to drip a strange, black fluid. And then, something began to scratch back from inside the walls. This is not a movie. It happened. And the entities inside were not ghosts. West Pittston, Pennsylvania. A quiet, working-class neighborhood. Jack Smurl, a deeply religious family man, moves his wife Janet and their young daughters into a double-block duplex. Jack's parents live right next door, sharing the other half of the house. It seemed perfect. Until the house chose its first target. It started subtly. A brand new television set suddenly bursts into flames for no reason. Water pipes begin to leak inexplicably, even after being completely replaced. Then, the scent. A foul, sickening odor of decay would fill a room in seconds and vanish just as fast. By 1985, 11 years after moving in, the activity escalated from annoying to downright malevolent. The family began hearing loud, heavy footsteps on the stairs when no one was there. Drawers slammed shut. Doors unlocked themselves. Janet Smurl was in the kitchen when she looked up and saw it for the very first time. A human-shaped, featureless black shadow hovering near the ceiling, just watching her. The nightmare had officially begun.
The Smurl family tried to ignore it. They prayed, they threw holy water, but whatever was in that house only grew angrier. One night, their oldest daughter, Dawn, woke up to find her bed vibrating violently. She tried to scream, but something invisible pressed down on her chest, choking the breath right out of her. Days later, Jack Smurl was lying on his bed when he was violently thrown to the floor by an unseen force. The entity was no longer just making noise. It was physically attacking them. The family's dog, a German Shepherd, was beaten so severely by an invisible presence that it whimpered and hid in the basement, refusing to ever come back upstairs. Desperate and terrified, the Smurls reached out to the only people who might believe them. In 1986, famous paranormal investigators Ed and Lorraine Warren arrived at the home. Lorraine Warren, a renowned clairvoyant, walked through the front door and immediately felt a suffocating weight. After investigating, her verdict was chilling. This wasn't a ghost of a dead person. No. The house was occupied by a demon, a powerful, ancient entity that had taken control of the building and was slowly trying to break the family's sanity, to possess them. The Warrens knew they needed an exorcism, but the Roman Catholic Diocese of Scranton was skeptical. They refused to officially intervene without months of psychological testing. But the Smurls didn't have months. The demon grew bolder. It began manifesting in broad daylight. Neighbors reported seeing the black shadow moving through the windows when the Smurls were out of the house. Loud, demonic growls could be heard from the sidewalk outside. Ed Warren attempted to perform an independent blessing on the house. During the prayer, the temperature dropped to freezing. A heavy oak table lifted 3 feet into the air and crashed down. The demon spoke. It used a deep, guttural voice that echoed through the walls, mocking their prayers. The family finally went to the media. They hoped public pressure would force the church to help. Instead, their lives became a circus. Crowds of onlookers gathered outside, blocking the streets, some praying, others mocking them. The church eventually agreed to perform a minor exorcism. It worked for exactly 3 days. Then, the demon returned with a vengeance. Jack Smurl was assaulted in his sleep. The walls shook so violently that the plaster cracked. The entity was making its message crystal clear. You cannot cast me out. This house is mine. In 1987, after 13 years of psychological and physical torture, the Smurl family gave up. They packed their bags in the middle of the night and fled to another town, leaving the house behind. The house was sold to a new family. Interestingly, the new owners reported no unusual activity, which leads to the most terrifying question of all. Did the demon live in the house? Or did it follow the family? Years later, Janet Smurl admitted in an interview that even in their new home, she occasionally smelled that same rotting scent. She occasionally heard that same rhythm of scratching inside her bedroom walls. The Warrens always warned that once a demon knows your name, a change of address won't save you.